Alright, you guys, so this is 5.2. We're going to be able to write linear equations given a table. So that's a learning objective for you to be able to write an equation to model a linear relationship given the table. And you're shooting for at least 80% accuracy on the given assignment. So I'm going to show you two ways to do it. I do have a preferred way, but we're all different. So let me show you the two ways and then you choose which one you'd rather do. So the first one is... So the first one is you're given the table, and then what you're going to do is you're going to create order pairs. So this one is a little easier to graph because it does have your time is your x and your money is your y. So remember when we're talking about, so let me write the equation really quick. That's our slope intercept form, and it represents linear equations. So my slope and then my y-intercept. Now remember that when x equals to 0, that's your y-intercept. So that's this one. In this case, this is easier to graph than that because this one you're gonna have to figure out the slope anyways to be able to get your b until you see the line crossing the y-axis. So this is my x and this is my y. Remember when we create order pairs, it's x comma y. Think about the alphabet, x, y, right? So the first one is 0, 50. My second one is 1, 80. And my third one is 2, 110. And then you're going to graph it. So then make sure you label your axis. So this is my y. This is my x. X is time in hours. And this is my money. I guess in dollars or pesos or whatever currency you want to use. So then I'm gonna say 1 hour, 2 hours, 0, and then it's gonna go up to 3. And then right here I can go by tenths because it goes all the way to 110. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and 110. So my first point is 0, 50. So I'm not gonna go right or left, but I'm gonna jump 50. So this is my first point right here. Okay. Second point, I'm gonna run 1 to the right and I'm gonna go up 80. So 50, 60, 70, 80, about right there. Okay. And my third point is 2, 110. 2, 110 right there. Okay, and then I can connect my lines. Yours should be better because this is not graph paper. So again, this is 0, 50. This is 1, 80, and this is 2, 110. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take 2 points to be able to find your slope. So I'm gonna take the first 2. So then I'm gonna call this my x1, y1, x2, y2. Remember to keep consistency in your numbering. If you're gonna choose that to be your x1, that must be also the 1. Don't change it to y2 because then it's gonna be wrong. So remember to find my slope. Use my formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So my y2 is 80 minus 50 and then 1 minus 0. So that gives me 30 over 1, which is just 30. So that's my m, my slope. Okay, now because this one, the line actually crosses the y-axis right there, that's my starting point. You already have your b, so my b is 50 right there. And remember, whenever x is equal to 0 right away, you know that is your b. So that's 50. Now I can put it together. So now I have y equals 30, which is my m, and then x plus 50. So that is your equation for that one right there. Let me show you how to do it by using algebra more than the graphing. So then the first step that you're gonna do is you're gonna create your order pairs. So this one is my x, is my y. So we have this one is 100, 14. This one is 200, 20. This one is 300, 26. This one is 400, 32. This one is 500, 38. Now, you don't really need to do all of them as long as you have 2. but just to show you how to do it. I'm going to pick my easier ones, which I believe are these two for me. So then I'm going to do the same step that I did over here. So then if I have, so I'm going to create order pairs first. And then I'm going to take two of those, and then I'm going to find my slope using y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So then if I have 100, 14, and then I chose 200, 20, I'm going to call this my 1, and I'm going to call this my 2's. So then I have y2, which is 20, minus 14 over 200 minus 100. So 20 minus 14 is 6, and 20 minus 100, 200 minus 100 is 100. So remember when we divide by a base of 10, I have 1, 2 zeros, so then I should go 1, 2 right there. But if you don't remember, you can do the long division, which I'm not going to do right now. So that's just 600. So that's going to be my m. So 600. Now, I am not planning to graph this with a slope of 6 over 100. I do not want to graph that. That is too much. Imagine me trying to get all the way back here to 0. That's going to take me a while, and I'm going to need graph paper. Very, very precise. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use what I know. So y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to use my equation. Now, I already have y values. All of these are y values, and I have x values. And I have my m. So then the only thing that I'm missing is my b. So you're going to be kind of like an FBI investigator to be able to find your b using the clues that you already have, the information that you have. So then you're going to pick any of these order pairs, any of those points, okay? So you can pick this one right here. You can pick this one, this one, this one, or this one. For the easiness of it, I'm going to pick this one right here because, again, I think my brain can do it faster than the other ones, especially because there's 100, or even this one also might be a good one to work with. Actually, I'll pick this one. I'll pick this one right here. So let me erase that. So I'm going to pick this one right here, which is this. So I know that this is my x and this is my y value. You have to know that. If you don't, then you're going to get stuck. So then I'm going to plug in whatever I know. What's my y value in this case? I remember I'm going to pick the 200, 20, which is my x. This is my y. So my y is 20. So I'm going to do 20. Equals my m is 600. My x is 200 right here. And then I don't know my b. So now I am going, I'm going to multiply. So then I should have kept the 100 one. That would have been easier because it's going to take me back to 6. But anyway, so if you multiply, I already know the answer, but if you multiply, it will be 200 times 0.06. So that will be 6 times 0, 0, 6 times 0, 0, 6 times 2 is 12. You have 1, 2, 1, 2 right there. You don't need to multiply the 0, so I'll be fine. Like that. So then you have 12 plus b. And then remember, to solve for any variable, I have to do the inverse operation to isolate the variable. So I have to subtract 12 to get rid of the 12. What I do to one side of the equation, I do to the other side of the equation. Remember, when we talk about sides, it means to the right or the left of the equal sign. So that cancels out because they're additive inverses. So that goes to 0. 12 minus 12 is 0. And then 20 minus 12 is 8. That's my b. So then I have the information needed to create my equation. So I'm going to do y equals m x plus b. And I'm done. A way to check your equation is to go ahead and plug in the values for any other person and see if it works. So let me kind of quickly do that for you. I know I didn't do it on the notes, but let me do it really quick. So if just to check that, to see if I do it right, I'm going to plug in the values, and now I'm going to use this one right here. So then I have 100, 14. This is my x, this is my y. Let's see if that's true. So I'm going to write 14. Is it true that that's equal to 0.006 times 100 plus 8? Remember, when we multiply by base of 10, I go 1, 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2. So I'm going to rewrite 14 equals 6 plus 8. Is it true that 14 equals 6 plus 8? 8 plus 6 is 14. So the answer is yes. So my answer is correct. Alrighty. Let me give you a question to do. This is a table that I'm giving you, and you need to find the equation written in this form. So remember, you have to find your m. So you're gonna have to do the order pairs first, and then use your equation of y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You don't have to write the equation. I actually just take the numbers and subtract them from each other and do my fraction from there. And then after you do that, you have to plug in your values for your m. And then you're gonna have to pick one of these order pairs, right? Your x, this is your x, and this is your y. So you have to pick one of those order pairs to plug in the y right here and the x value. And then once you do that, you multiply those two, subtract it from here, right? What you do to one side, you do to the other side. And then that's gonna give you your b, which is your y-intercept. Trying to graph it might work, but it will take a little longer. Plus, I need you guys to practice your algebraic solving equations. Okay. Alrighty. Remember, math is magical, and you are brilliant. God bless you.